Ever wish you could read music? What do they mean by whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, and rests? I'm Tabitha from the George Memorial Library, and in this video, my menagerie of instruments and I will introduce you to reading music. If you like this video, click the like button, leave a comment about your favorite part, and be sure to check out our channel and calendar for other fun programs. So today, we're going to talk about two important things conveyed by written music: timing and pitch. All those labels mentioned at the outset, whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, and eighth notes, are just a way of measuring timing, or how long you hold that note for. If the music tells you what note to play, but not how long to play it, how do you know when to keep it short or keep going? Let's start with whole notes. No, not whole like that, whole with a W. Whole notes last for 4 beats. You've probably heard someone count off music like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each piece of music has something called a time signature, and it's very common for the time signature to divide the piece of music up into sets of 4 beats. So a whole note takes up 4 beats. So often the whole note will take up the whole measure or group of 4 beats. So let's have our instruments play as we count out one measure of 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of these symbols also has a counterpart called a rest. For a whole rest, you would keep quiet for 4 beats. A half note lasts for half as long, or 2 beats. So again, we'll count out a whole measure of 4 beats, and you'll hear us play 2 half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. A half rest looks like this. It's almost identical to the whole rest, but where the whole rest hangs from the line, the half rest sits on the line. A half rest means be quiet for 2 beats. A quarter note lasts for 1/4 or 1/4 of a whole note, so 1 beat. This time you'll hear us play out one measure with 4 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. A quarter rest looks like this. It's my favorite because it looks like fancy fire. Eighth notes last for 1/8 of a whole note, or half a beat. Again, we'll play one measure, and there are 8 eighth notes in it. 1, 2, 3, 4. When an eighth note is alone, it looks like this, but if another eighth note follows it, they'll be written as connected, and sometimes you'll even see them written as a group of 4. And an eighth rest looks like this. But timing is not all there is to music. For example, let's play a song with just the timing. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. A little boring, but what's missing? We need to know how high or how low that note needs to be. This is something we call pitch. For this, we'll take our whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, and eighth notes and place them on a staff. A staff is a set of 5 horizontal lines, and there's an important symbol on the far left of each one. This is a treble clef. Its presence lets us know that the bottom line in this staff represents the note E, or mi in do, re, mi. Each line and space between the lines represents its own pitch. The space above our E line is F. The next line is G, the next space is A, the next line is B, and so forth. The notes continue on in alphabetical order, but continuously start over at G because I guess H through Z gets ripped off. The higher on the staff, the higher the note will sound. Mi, fa, sol, la, ti. So even if you don't know the exact note right off, you can easily see that this C will be a lot higher than this C. So that note appeared below the staff on a line all of its own. This note is called middle C because it appears in the middle between the treble clef and the bass clef. This A 2 lines below the treble clef and this A at the top of the bass clef are the same note. There are a couple of other types of clefs you might encounter, but these two are the most common. Why do we need 2? Say we combine them into one. That's a lot of lines. It would not be easy for me as a musician to be able to tell if this particular note was on the 7th or 5th line. But we need both to exist. A trombone is most comfortable playing on the bass clef. It can play a few notes on the treble clef, but it wouldn't want to play there all the time. Many flutes can't even play notes as low as the bass clef. The clarinet's range dips into the bass clef, but it feels more comfortable playing on the treble clef and even stretches above that sometimes. Some instruments have an even wider range and play on both clefs at the same time. So now that we can determine both timing and pitch, let's revisit Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Follow along on the sheet music.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.